Hey guys, CJ here. I want to follow up yesterday's video with a little more clarification on what I mean when I start talking about faith, hope, and love, and how these videos are how I'm gonna translate those precepts into music. You know, what I believe about them. And this shouldn't be a very long video. It's probably not going to be exceedingly short either because these are fairly big subjects. But when you think about them, they're not complex subjects. They're just hard to really lock in because we're really stuck with the structure of the words we use, and words always translate into this and translate into that. Robert Ringer called it the definition game. Everything is defined by something else. At the end of the day, you're running in circles. That having been said, I'm going to try to give you at least a sense of what I mean when I start talking about these three, to me, especially these days, key points to live by, to really live by. So let's start off with faith. Faith is, Marianne Williamson said, faith is an aspect of consciousness, and I agree with that statement. Faith, you have faith. People think that I don't have any faith, I've lost my faith. They're not paying attention, because what they've done, what actually has happened, at least to me, at least the way I believe, is you've chosen to have faith in something that doesn't serve you. We have faith. We choose to have faith in God, or the government, or money, or success, or buying crap and having it all over your house and having the most toys, or in war, or in guns, and protectionism and isolationism, whatever it is. That's what you have faith in. And how you act in your life, how you proceed in your life, is an indication of what you have faith in. Faith is chosen. It's conscious or unconscious. It might be an unconscious decision based on all your experience, but faith is chosen. You choose to have faith. And it's incredibly important because faith informs everything. You know, faith, you know, if you choose to have faith in God, but you define God as judgmental and isolationist and all that, then that's going to inform how you live in the world. If you choose to have faith in Allah, and Allah is gracious and loving, or if you choose to have faith in an oak grove, or a tree of life medal, or John Lennon, or whatever, then that's going to inform how you work in the world, how you are in the world. So faith is incredibly important, and we get to choose what we have faith in. And actually, I will even expand on that and say all of these are choices. You know, faith is a choice. Hope is a choice. Now, hope is a strange thing because I'm a big fan of Tony Robbins, but he often takes hope as, you know, well, I hope, versus excited expectation and that whole thing. And yes, there's validity to that. But to me, hope is the embracing of uncertainty and the looking forward as a choice to a positive outcome. If there was certainty, there's no hope, because hope is possibility, and where there's certainty, there's no other possibility. So hope, to me, is actually the embracing of the uncertainty that life is. And then you choose to see a positive outcome in your efforts. That's hope. And hope is incredibly important. Hope should not be disparaged at all, because, you know, Yes had a song a long time ago that said, without hope you can't start the day. And I completely agree with that. How can you move forward with anything? How can you have faith in goodness or have faith in yourself if there's no hope? But if you're trying to lock in certainty, and now that we've had this election and everything else, there's this vast uncertainty out there. Yeah, but that's where hope lies. Hope for a better tomorrow lies in the uncertainty. So, and this is not easy for me either. I'm a certainty junkie. Ask anybody that knows me. All the anxiety and stuff that I have put myself through over the past 10, 20, 30 years has all been based on the fact that I was trying to find certainty where it couldn't and wouldn't exist. So these days I'm choosing to have hope. I'm choosing to look at the uncertainty as the gift that it is, which is the gift of hope, that where you are, however good or however bad it may seem to you right now, can be better. Okay, so that leaves how. How does it get better? And that's where love comes in. Now, I want to say a few things about love that are a little bit different than sometimes of the people that I follow, that I respect, and whose philosophies really affect my life in a major way. a lot of times in these deep philosophical discussions, they talk about love as, love, the big capital L, and everything else is kind of, childish love, I don't believe that's true at all. I believe, first of all, I do believe that love is a reality. Love is the unifying force. Other words for love to me would be unity, community, communion. These are all aspects of love. God, Allah, goodness, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, it's goodness, it's unity theory. And anything that either is spoken of from those points of view that is about division or isolation, that's not love. And I will stand by that statement for the rest of my life. Division is not love, unity is. Name calling, judgment is not love, unity is. That's why love isn't easy. Okay, and a quick sidebar, that does not mean that infatuation and the whole in love that people like, well, in love is for juveniles. No, it's not. In love is to me, a necessary phase. You say that love is all one thing, but if you love a dog or ice cream, or you wouldn't marry them, you certainly would. So there is an in love thing, and there is a shades and hues of that. The same way as you love your family and you love your neighborhood, it's all love, it's all unity, but there are different shades and hues, and that's just simply a part of the human experience and not a part to be disparaged. But the most important thing about love to me is that it is a choice. Again, it's the most important choice we're going to make, because love sponsors acceptance, and love sponsors compassion and empathy, and love sponsors communion and community, and all the things that we say we want. Love sponsors the possibility of a hopeful future. Love informs your faith decision and makes the actions of the faith that you truly have real in the world. Another quick sidebar. I love philosophy, and I could speak about it all day, but to me, I do have a very Thoreauvian point of view, which is like, let's talk about applicability. It's awesome to say that we are spiritual beings in bodies, and that all of this is just energy and it doesn't really matter. But that's not really realistic to me. That's a great bedrock philosophy to have, and certainly it gives you that broader picture, and I think it's important. But applicability and how you apply that in your day life, it's very hard to sit there to say to someone, well, you're just a being in a body, and your energy and everything, and none of this really matters because you're a spirit, when they can't find food, and when they're threatened by war or terrorism. That's, sorry, but that's bullshit to me. This, your spiritualism should offer you true comfort, not some kind of, bullshit philosophy that someone that's not in your situation can only aspire to. So I think, to me, love is the possibility, and the spiritual is the possibility that as we exist in these bodies and in this world, which at the very least has an illusion of being real, that we at least 90% believe in, then we might as well make it a really good illusion. If this is a dream, let's make it a good dream. Why not? Okay? So now you have the kind of core philosophy of how I'm going to approach these songs and what I mean. So to kind of recap, and I know this has been a long-winded video, and I do apologize for it, but it's important. It's important that you know why I'm doing this and where I'm coming from for this. Faith, we're not talking about your religious beliefs, your spiritual beliefs, whatever you believe in. We're just talking about the fact that you're choosing what you have faith in. By the way, faith, if you look up faith in the dictionary, it actually means trust. And if you look up trust in the dictionary, it means comfort or consolation. And if you keep looking up these things in the dictionary, all you have is basically a circle that says you choose it or you don't. So you're going to choose to have faith, and you're going to choose to have hope. You're going to choose to embrace the uncertainty that life is, that opens that wild possibility that things could be better. And then you will choose to love or not. And one of the things I do believe in all these philosophies that I've read is that the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is fear. And fear spawns hate. Okay, I talked about what love sponsors. Let's look at what fear sponsors. Fear sponsors isolationism. Fear sponsors anger. If you were invincible, if you had nothing to lose and nothing that anybody could take from you, and now I know that's a high position to take, and I don't take it all the time, but if you had nothing to lose, what would you hate? What would you be afraid of? Nothing. There'd be no reason to judge. There would be no reason to be afraid. There would be no reason to hate. There would be no reason to not have empathy. And these are all the things that fear sponsors. Intolerance, lack of compassion, isolationism, judgmentalism, anger and violence. These are all sponsored by fear. I once told my brother Michael, who was a very angry person, I said, I want to know what you're afraid of. And he kind of looked at me like, what are you talking about? I said, if you were not so afraid of something, you wouldn't be so angry all the time. And we had a great conversation about that, because despite his kind of lock into this persona, he was very open. And that's another thing that love sponsors, openness. And again, this is not an on-off thing, fear and love. The more fear you're in, the less love you're in. That's, arguably true. But it's not an on or off thing. It's not a binary choice. You're going to choose how much fear you act from, or choose how much love you act from. And just my experience is, the more you act from love, the more your life seems to work. Regardless of how it looks in the world, you just feel better about it. So that's where I'm coming from for these songs. I can't wait to get started. I've been taking some time today, which is a crazy, crazy day for me. My house is a wreck and my life is kind of sideways. But I want to take some time, A, to shoot this video, and B, to kind of already start pulling the songs together that I really want to work on. It's going to be 9 songs, and I don't know how I'm going to choose them. But the Faith, Hope, and Love videos will be coming. That is a promise from me. And I hope whatever they bring to you, they do bring a sense of peace and a sense of joy and a sense of day-to-day love, for lack of a better word. So I send you my best, and I'll be seeing you soon. Take care, bye.